Hey everyone, so I got a very exciting speed test comparison here. We've got the LG 5 going up against the LG 6. So guys, I have to say so far, very impressive G6. Definitely has surpassed my expectations. So some things I like about the G6. The screen on it is excellent. Huge improvement over G5 screen. Also, you got the Snapdragon 21 and 4GB of RAM versus Snapdragon 20 and 4 for the G5. G6 is waterproof, G5 is not. And then also, you saw there G6 first one to boot up. Also build quality, huge improvement on G6. I'll show you guys that later in the video. So yeah, about 2 seconds faster there booting up for G6. And as usual, make sure everything's closed out. Starting off here with a game, Asphalt 8. So it should be a little bit faster on G6 with the Snapdragon 21. I think just by about a second. Yes, by about, I guess, a few seconds there. And also notice the difference of the colors for both phones. Again, I really love the screen quality on G6. Alright, jump on to next. Now guys, the G5 I felt was a solid phone to release, but really with G6 I think they made a lot of improvements with it. And you guys see here again G6. So yeah, the screen overall is more vivid, more vibrant colors, also gets brighter. And you do have that unique 18:9 aspect ratio. Larger screen overall as well, 5.7 inches versus 5.3. So let's move on to some more apps. Next up, we got iFunny. So that one was faster on G5. YouTube next. Looked maybe a little bit faster on G6 in terms of fully loading up, but pretty close. Calculator. Maybe a tad bit faster on G6, but again, very close. Clock. eBay. Really hard to tell the difference there. Extremely neck and neck. Settings. Looked like G6. Photos. Again, really close. I mean, obviously both phones very fast, hard to tell the difference. ESPN. This app can be notoriously slow at times. First one there was G6. And then let's look at the intuitive benchmark. So you are going to have a higher score on G6. You see your score of 149,512 on G5 versus 159 or 156,968 on G6. So obviously, I mean, the main difference there I think is Snapdragon 21 versus 820. Next up, we're going to check out web browsing. And then later, we're going to move on to some more stuff. Alright guys, so first up, we're going to go to Nintendo.com. G6 first one here. Next up, let's go to NeoGAF. Pretty good gaming forum. Yeah guys, I'm loving the Nintendo Switch along with Zelda. For any of you Nintendo fans out there. Alright, NeoGAF.com. G6 here. Let's do a few more. Let's do some politics sites. We'll go to Fox and then CNN. Alright, so again, we got G6 there. So far, pretty clear, I think. G6, a tiny bit faster, not much difference. And then last, let's go to CNN. Alright, so that one was G5. We'll do one final one. Think we'll do a Google search here. So we're going to search for NCAA Tournament 2017 bracket. Alright, so very close there. As we'll do one final one. Let's just click on this link. Alright, so tie. I mean, you guys see pretty close to web browsing, maybe a tiny bit faster on G6 overall, but again, pretty close for both. So for both phones, fingerprint scanner located here on the back. In my opinion, not the ideal place for fingerprint scanner, but we'll see speed and accuracy here. Alright, so G5 looks faster fingerprint scanner. Of course, you do that loading animation on G6. So yeah, G5 is going to take this one. Alright, let's do camera speed next. So both these phones rear-facing cameras. On G5 you have a 16 and 8 megapixel. On G6 you have both both are 13 for rear-facing. Alright, so it's going to do the maximum aspect ratio here for both. Again, just testing out here for speed. Alright, so it looks like G6 a tiny bit faster at taking pictures. I mean, not really a big deal, honestly, guys. I'm going to have an actual camera comparison on my channel later, but for now, just showing you guys pictures. Easy test, so I like doing it. But yeah, it looks a tiny bit faster on G6. And last, we're going to do some multitasking, so that's the big thing I'm concerned with. But first, let me just show you guys the design of both phones. So, I think as I mentioned beginning of the video, with the LG G5, it's technically a metal phone, although it is covered in a sheet of plastic here. So, does not really feel that premium to hold. Now, on the G6, on the other hand, you have glass here, and then metal on the side. So really, guys, I love the design of this phone. It might be it's definitely up there, one of my favorite for any phone out there. The aspect, or rather the dimensions around the screen, the bezels so thin on the G6. Front-facing camera on G5 is actually higher than G6, 8 megapixels versus 5. And again, we'll have comparisons on my channel for you guys to check out in the future. Aside from that, you guys know the screen on G6 is a little bit larger, 5.7 inches versus 5.3. Both 2K panels. So again, look at the back. Now the camera bump on the G5 is pretty noticeable. On G6 it's not. You can kind of lay it flat like that. On the G5, there's an obvious camera bump there. And then look at the bottom, both USB-C. Look at the side, top. So both do have a headphone jack. Fortunately, LG left that in. The other side. And yeah, I think the G6 just feels a lot smaller to hold. The screen's larger, but technically the phone is smaller. In terms of thickness, also just very thin. So it feels very small to hold, or rather G6 very comfortable to hold. It's a pretty small phone. Alright, so let's do multitasking. I'm going to start from the beginning with Asphalt 8. So a bit disappointing here, you see on G6 is reloading it. Same with G5. Now the HTC Ultra, one of the few phones that does not reload it. So very impressive there for the LG, rather for HTC. So yeah, maybe you need to work out the multitasking a little bit here on G6. Let's do YouTube next. Alright, so G6 first here. Maybe the internet a little bit slower now. iFunny. G5 there. Photos. Yeah, so I think G6 needs a little bit of work here on multitasking. Yeah, let's do a few more, but I think G5 probably is better multitasking at this point. Again, I'm sure we'll receive updates in the future, but so far G5 has been better multitasking. You guys see right here. Not impressive so far for G6 for multitasking. I mean, everything else was pretty impressive. Let's do temporal. But yeah, so far multitasking not so. And you guys see there, G5 getting stuck at the screen there. And to-do. Yeah, once again, not impressive there for the LG G6. Let's do Chrome. That one wasn't bad. About the same on both. Let's go back, or let's do photos. G5 there. Camera. And just one or two more. And then I'll just give my final thoughts. eBay. And last one, let's go back. Let's go back towards the beginning. We'll do settings. Alright guys, so clearly the multitasking on the G6 needs some work. Yeah, pretty apparent there. Aside from that though, I gotta say, I think the G6 has done very well this test. Aside from multitasking, very well optimized phone. So just gonna go over some more of the specs. So mention the screen size, cameras. In terms of internal storage, G5 is 32 GB internal. G6 32 or 64. Both have micro SD card support. Now the LG G6 battery is larger at 3300 versus 2800 for G5. However, G5 does have removable, G6 is not. And that is because the G6 is waterproof, the G5 is not, so you know, it comes down to preference there, which one you like. Again, Snapdragon 821, 820, 4 RAM for both USB-C. The G5 will be a few $100 cheaper since it's a year old at this point. And yeah, both on Android 7 Nougat. And showed you guys a pretty good look at the design of both phones. Again, love the design on G6. So guys, overall I think G5 was a great phone, very smooth, very well rounded. However, you can't deny that it's just a little bit boring. You know, with G6, they've really shaken it up here with the new screen, with the design, with the waterproofing. So yeah, I gotta say, I think so far the G6 is looking like a great update. Just hoping that they can fix the multitasking. Alright everyone, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe for more and check out the channel. We'll do have a lot more videos planned and videos on my channel for both these phones. Thanks again, please subscribe and let me know in the comments if you have any questions.